Hi, I'm Robert, and this is a tour of my wall-mounted pressure washing setup. I designed this system to be as efficient as possible with little to no setup time. I turn on the water and the Active 2.0 and I'm ready to wash. I fill up both my buckets at the same time, and I keep my bottles on this bar for quick access. Let's take a closer look at my setup in more detail. I plumbed the water in my garage using PVC pipe, and I tied it into the water from my washing machine. The PVC pipe is secured to the wall using wall mount clamps. I used this Y splitter that I got at Home Depot to supply the pressure washer and bucket filler with water. The Active 2.0 is connected with a hot water heater hose and some adapters. The hose is really stiff, and if I was to do it over again, I'd find a better solution. The Active is slowly leaking oil, so I'm concerned about its reliability, but it's been working fine for over a year. The pressure washer is connected to a Cox hose reel with fittings and a jumper hose from a Cess garage. The Active wants to walk off the shelf, so I use these brackets to secure the feet down. They are double-sided taped. I used to have a blue Cox hose reel, but I wanted to change up the look of my new setup, so I went with a black one. I have a 50-foot Cobra Jet hose. I've never needed a longer hose, so I'm glad I went with only 50 feet. Everything is mounted to oak boards that I got at Home Depot. The wood ended up costing a lot more than I expected. It was around $100 just for the wood. Home Depot cut them to length for me. I sanded them down, rounded the edges, then I applied a pre-stain conditioner, stain, and a matte top coat. This was my first time working with wood, and I was also surprised by the price of all the materials needed. I'm really happy with the way it all came out in the end, and I think it was worth the price. Plus, it was a fun project. I bolted the wood to the studs using lag bolts. After installed, I painted the lag bolts black to match. I made this bar out of metal plumbing parts. The main bar is plastic to save weight. It does flex a little when all my bottles are full. I spray painted it semi-gloss back, and the paint has been holding up. I prefer a bar to a shelf because it's quick and easy to get to your chemicals. The bottles and labels are from Obsessed Garage. I also have the Press-All spray heads, but most of them failed, so I switched to these Tokel spray heads. I keep a set of earmuffs on my bar to use when I dry my car with the leaf blower. My friend built me this wash cart from scratch. I designed it, and we went to the metal shop and got some scrap metal. He cut and welded it for me. I wanted it to be as narrow as possible so it did not intrude into the garage and waste any space. It holds my wash and rinse bucket up top so I don't have to bend over. On the bottom, I have my wheel bucket, foam cannons, and soap. I have an MTM foam cannon with brake buster for washing my wheels and a Griot's Garage foam cannon for washing the car. The cart is on wheels so I can move it around the car with me as I work. The stool is from Harbor Freight, and I use it when I'm washing my wheels. To simplify this setup procedure, I designed this dual bucket filler. I simultaneously fill my wash and rinse buckets. I used PVC pipe and painted it white. I added a support bracket for additional stability. I recently picked up this Yukon 46-inch toolbox to hold my most used detailing supplies. I used to keep everything in a closet, but it was inefficient walking back and forth. In the top drawer, my most used products are gloves and tire dressing. This is everything I need for a maintenance car wash. These are my interior supplies. I have a second set of maintenance wash towels just in case I'm going to do 2 cars in one day. The big drawer at the bottom holds all of my interior cleaning towels, extra spray heads, and some interior brushes that I don't really use anymore. Extension cord for my polishers and a few miscellaneous items. This is my coating drawer. I have extra coating applicators and removal towels, as well as a paint depth gauge and some leftover ceramic coating. The final large drawer has random microfiber towels. I wall mounted my Ego blower and battery, but I think I'm going to move it someplace else. I want to use this space to put a photo of my car. I keep my pads and polishers in the closet, along with all my gallon jugs and a few leftover items. Overall, I'm really happy with how my wall mount pressure wash system turned out. It cost a lot more money than I was expecting and took way longer to build than I anticipated, but it was totally worth it. I don't think I would change a thing. It makes washing my cars that much more fun.